Welcome to Before Floor, the pregame edition of Five on the Floor, brought to you by the Five Reasons Sports Network. I'm your host, Jonathan, aka Jonathan underscore MMA. We're here with Mr. Gadiel Cartagena, and we are playing the Atlanta Hawks for the second time in a row. Now, as always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys subscribe for all your Miami Heat sports content. We got pregame interviews, post-game interviews, during the game interviews, pregame shows, all that good stuff, right? So make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss any of that stuff. Don't miss anything from any of your favorite teams. As always, and if you're young and with a family and you want to make sure your assets are protected if something happens to you in this crazy world, go to markbrownpa.com. That's marcbrownpa.com, or give them a call at 954-866-8513. Like I said, if you're young with a family, you want to make sure your assets are protected. He's going to give you a free consultation to make sure that if you don't know what I'm talking about, that you have it taken care of. He's based out of the South Florida area, so make sure that if you are in Florida, hit him up, get that free consultation. Make sure he takes care of you because he's a Heat fan. You want to make sure you're supporting your Heat fans and not any Lakers or Celtics fans. So, like I said, markbrownpa.com, or give the number a call at 954-866-8513. Now, we always do prize picks here on your pregame shows, and we try to give you some picks to make some good money so that way you maximize your money. We want to make sure you maximize your money even more. We're going to give you a free up to $100 with prizepicks.com using that promo code 5 for your first deposit. So, like I said, all you do is go to prizepicks.com, use that promo code 5. It's free fantasy or free or daily fantasy, but it's free $100 when you match that deposit using that promo code 5. Yeah, we're playing the Atlanta Hawks today. The last time out, we handled business, right? Coach Spo actually took care of business. We were able to get the win over the Hawks, but obviously, when it's two games in a row that you're playing the same team, it's hard to get that win. It's more of a 2-game playoff series. Teams come back, they make adjustments for that second game, and then things usually change a little bit because then you have to adjust to those adjustments. So maybe we'll have to see some of that going into halftime. But I want you to talk about kind of some of the positives and negatives you saw from last game.
Well, I didn't get to watch the game real time, so I kind of went through like the highlights, went through the NBA.com like advanced stats thing, going through specific plays, so I don't have the entirety of the games. But what I can say is I think a positive once again from the other game that they had won prior against the Sixers. We might see a little bit of a common theme over the last 20 games or so of the season where if the Heat win, it's probably going to be contingent on the bench holding their own. Like, did they do anything crazy in my opinion? No. But did they look like a serviceable, solid NBA bench? Yes. And when that happens, I think you're going to see like one great game from one of Jimmy, Bam, or Hero. Normally it'll be from Jimmy or Bam. One good game from Jimmy, Bam, or Hero. And then one average to meh game from Jimmy, Bam, or Hero. And then more or less the role players are going to do what the role players do. So, I mean, that's really the positive is if the bench shows up, you're feeling better. It was annoying to see them kind of give away that lead a little bit, kind of just took their feet off the gas and let the Hawks get really, really comfortable with some of their jump shots. Now, the Hawks, I will say, have a lot of players that you are most likely comfortable letting shoot those jump shots, but you ultimately have to defend teams based upon the way they're playing. You can only rely on regression for so long. So that run was frustrating. I think it was like 19-2 or 19-3 or something like that. But ultimately, they got it done, and they had an exclamation point moment in that fourth quarter that looked like the crowd was going crazy. Looked like like some really good energy. So hopefully, the second half against the Knicks, despite the fact that they lost, was the turning point because saw some good energy last game, right? Like it looked like they were really putting forth the effort that needs to be put forth with the type of talent they have on the roster. So he's not going to win against every single team, but you would like to see them be able to put forth that effort for the 2.5 games in a row, and get that win against the Hawks tonight.
Yeah, when you're talking about effort plays, typically it doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but there are a couple statistics that do reflect some of that hustle plays. I mean, if you're looking at the second chance points and the fast break points, Miami led or was better than the Hawks in both those categories, and they also out rebounded the Hawks, which is something that has proven to be successful for this Heat team. When they rebound well, they typically win pretty well. So let's get into our prize picks for today's game. So obviously with Miami Heat. Like I said, use that promo code 5 to make sure you match your initial deposit up to $100. That's literally up to 20 free plays with that $100. So, like I said, looking at some of the prize picks, we got Bam Adebayo, we got Caleb Martin, got a little bit of Gabe Vincent, Jimmy Butler, and Tyler Hero. Which one do you want to look at?
So I'll take the easy one. I'll go with Bam again. I'll go over on whatever his numbers are again. You can honestly just pick a stat. I'm most likely going over on it. I think we're looking at another good Bam game tonight. He looked really, really comfortable last game. Efficient. They were trying to hit him on lobs. And I don't think that's something that's really going to go away in one game right now. Maybe the efficiency won't be there. Maybe he won't go 10 of 12. I'd be shocked if he did that. But I think Bam has another really good game today. When he's confident, and he seems to be confident against the Atlanta Hawks, I think he gets to his game much better. You saw some moments where he was getting all the way to the rim, pushing out in transition. He was rim running. He was getting the mid range. There was a play that actually blew my mind where Jimmy drove and kicked to Bam on the baseline. New year, new team. What can I say? We turned the new year against the Knicks. So yeah, I like Bam's. I'll go with points tonight. I like the over on 20.
We can do. We'll double dip on the points because I love the points, rebounds, assists. They have him at 33.5 for points, rebounds, assists. Last time out against the Hawks, the points, rebounds, assists, he combined it for 46. So I feel like he's gonna be able to clear that number, whether it's from the points, whether it's from the rebounds. Because even if he scored 10 less points, right, he still would have been over by a couple. He would have still had 36. So I do like the points, rebounds, assists for that one. And let's see if Tyler Hero has that 2.5 3-point shots made. No, he does not, but he does have a 2 free throws made there. Let's see. He wasn't able to get to the line last game, or he did. He got 1 free throw.
Yeah, just
That's a
one.
tough one because Tyler Hero isn't necessarily the most physical player as far as driving to the rim, getting that contact, and trying to continue. So that's a tough one there. Let's look at some Jimmy stats. They have rebounds and assists at 12. That's actually not too bad of a
For
number.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
over. I love that over. That's a really good line because I
Yeah.
mean
It's
we've
just the rebounds and points at 12 or rebounds and assists. I'm sorry. Rebounds and assists at 12.
Yeah, we've been harping on it too on this pregame show where when Kyle Lowry's out, like look for Jimmy to be a playmaker. He might not have like the most gaudy assist totals, but he night after night is going to be the primary engine of offense for the Heat. He's going to have the ball in his hands. He's going to be the guy who's asked to break down defenses a little bit. So I'm rolling with Jimmy over on that. He's a good rebounder. He's a really good playmaker. Give me the over.
Beautiful. So we got 3 picks for you guys. We like mitigating your risk, so we'll keep it right there. Like I said, use that promo code 5. And Alejandro has the power play, but I like using the flex play, mitigate some of that risk. Even if you get one of the parts wrong, you still make some money. You still make 25% on your investment. So make sure, like I said, you pick those guys. You got Bam over on the points and the combined points, rebounds, assists. We got Jimmy Butler over on the points as well. Let's get into predictions for tonight. I do think Miami is going to be able to get it done as well. The Hawks are just one of those teams where Miami is good at, cutting off the head of the snake, especially with guys like with small point guards like Trae Young, right? Makes it really, really tough on them and make the rest of the team beat you. Of course, we shot the ball decently well, not even phenomenal, 37% last game out. We're not even at league average when it comes to the 3-point percentage. So if we're able to shoot, better than 36%, it's a win for us. I think with those two things, I'm going to give Miami the win. I think, like you said, kind of not changing the perspective or the outlook of the long-term success of this team, but it's good to see them turn it around as far as on a game-to-game basis. What are you feeling about tonight?
Yeah, I'm rolling to the win too. I think we see another good game in terms of effort and whatnot, but I do think it's going to be a little bit more dicey this time. Wouldn't be surprised if they were losing by like 8 to 10 points at some point throughout this game because the Hawks, for better or for worse, I do think they have a lot of talent. I think they're kind of still in the process of figuring out how that fits. I don't think it's going to click for them this year, but they could get to that point if they end up keeping this similar roster. But I don't think you're going to hold Trey and DeJounte to that type of game again because they both played really poorly scoring the ball. They did not get the job done. I know the Heat kind of have Trey's number at this point, but I do think that at least one of them will have a pretty productive game. If both, the Hawks will probably win. But I'm rolling to the Heat tonight. I am excited also for Yurt to make his debut of the season, which is crazy that we're saying that this late in the season. But if you watch those G League games, you looked really, really good, just kind of like a magnet around the rim, either for rebounds or for points. Like just really comfortable in that like 4-foot range, just doing whatever it is that's needed of him. Which I'm not gonna lie, the Heat really have not had as much this season. Like I love Cody Zeller's effort; he was really efficient last game. But I'm excited to see if Yurt plays tonight, and I'm excited to see like what kind of look he can give them. If it's different from a Cody Zeller, if that's different from like a Kevin Love, And if they switch it up with Yurt a little bit, because we even in the preseason saw Bam and Yurt started together. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some weird stuff like that happen. But I do want to see if there maybe is potential for him to kind of grow into that type of player later on in his career.
And obviously with Cody Zeller, he's a buyout guy, right? He's going to be gone by the end of the season, especially if, with buyout guys, they sometimes want to come and make like a prove it deal, right? They're coming in to really just show like, hey, I still have a skill set that can be valuable for an NBA team. And after the season, I mean, he's been playing solid, like for us, like as far as the two pickups, I probably would say he's been the better of the two pickups, in my opinion, as far as the expectations we've had and how he's played over those expectations. So it would be, it's plausible that he leaves this summer and goes to another team. So for Yurtsevin to be able to come in, kind of see what he has, coming off of the rehab, maybe just having some time to let the game slow down a little bit, right? When you're a young center and you're playing, you have to play that drop defense. You got to show and recover. You have to do all these little different things. It's hard to do at an NBA level. So maybe with the time off, even with the rehab, the game slows down to him, on that mental side, and maybe he's able to make that improvement. So as always, guys, appreciate Gad for joining us. Appreciate Alejandro for running it from the back. Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys subscribe for all your Miami Heat content. Comment, let us know if you guys think Miami is going to win. If not, just let us know why. I'm curious to let you know what your opinions are as well. Alejandro will have us with some player interviews, I think. But if not, we'll see you next time after the game. Appreciate you.
It feels amazing.
See you next time. Yes,
playing those
awesome.
2 games back to back.
It's a beautiful.
70 minutes total. Just afterwards, feeling fine. Feels amazing.
How was Sioux Falls for you, and what do you enjoy about what they built in that program there?
I think the culture is there too. The word that they and we preach. And it was amazing to just like kind of have that home culture environment there, and be able to play with the guys there to just get back into the 100% shape.
Have you and the coaches here spoken at all about what your role can be like as you guys, you enter into a really interesting time in the season?
Yeah.
Trying to make the playoff vote.
Yeah, I mean, I just got back with the team this morning, so there hasn't been too much talk in terms of the rotation or the role. But I think it'll happen pretty soon.
How was your?
Yeah, but like in the summer, in the training camp, I was shooting it too, and I think that was just like something that I worked on really hard with, all the coaches. I mean, especially Coach Malik and everybody here that just helped me get that, clip going.
Good.
All good. Cool. Thank you, guys.
So, Bam, same thing I asked Tyler. Are there any pros or cons of playing a team that you just saw, just a day ago, Saturday?
I mean, pros, it gives you a playoff, atmosphere, mindset. Having to play the same team twice.
And what was it about the defense that you guys have kept Trae Young in check? It seems like you guys have been there for, keep him just missing shots over and over.
Just trying to make it tough for him. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Trying to make it tough for him. Trying to make him see different coverages and make him pass. I think that's the biggest thing. It's easier said than done, obviously, but just trying to make his shot difficult, trying to make him get off the ball, do things he don't want to do.
Man, you encourage those guys to enjoy Miami. Good thing it has to offer, so they get to stay here between games.
I don't really talk to the other team like that for them to get that opinion from me. But yeah, live your life, man.
Hey, does it feel like you said it feels like playoffs, does it feel like a series when you have games like this where the team stays down? Is that the deal? Like,
yeah, like a mini series, because you never know. You could possibly play them in the playoffs. So obviously having that type of atmosphere and mini series, you could say, it just warms you up for the playoffs.
Sweet. You're not sending
That's it.
messages to their
Nah.
Hey, man, this place is open late.
Nah, I'm good. Everybody knows, it's enough guys in this league on every team. They know the spots in Miami. So I don't have to say anything.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
And I'll see them again on Monday.
I mean, it's always tough to beat a team, 2 times in a row. So just got to come out with the same, even more focus and energy. We know they're hungry, both of us are right there in the playoff standing. So, it's going to be a tough game tonight, and we just got to come out ready to compete.
Last time you guys played Atlanta, you guys held Trae Young in check. What was it that you guys did against him? It wasn't the first time you guys did that. What is it that you guys do different than other teams to make sure he doesn't go off?
We just throw bodies at him, different bodies, 1, 2, 3 bodies at a time, make him see a bunch of bodies, crowds, just not making it easy on him, just everything has to be hard. It can't be comfortable.
How do you like this playing got the teams back to back, this new NBA style schedule?
I think it's cool. It's different. Instead of Atlanta having to fly here at a different time, they can just stay here and we can play 2 games in a row. So I think it's cool.
Does it feel like in other sports you have series? Like baseball has a 3-game series, stuff like that. Does it feel like that? Like it's a series every time you play?
A little bit, but I mean, there's days in between. I feel like in baseball it's back to back. It's quick 3-4 days in that city, and then you leave. But here in basketball, you get a day in between for the most part, and I think it's cool. We get to enjoy the city and then play the games.
So that's a big advantage for you guys. You get to enjoy the city for an extra day.
Maybe if you want to get into some trouble, I'm sure you can. But I'm out of trouble. I'm not in trouble.
All right, thank you.